Hello, and welcome back to Literally My Life, My Guide to Girlhood. Guys, I've had the craziest week. Probably one of the saddest and most disappointing weeks ever. And so I know I said last episode, next episode is going to be about suicide. No, I personally cannot sit here and have a conversation and talk to you guys about suicide and how awful it is when I'm going through what I'm going through right now. So I'm not a reliable source at the moment, but work is important. Okay, I take my this little job, I take it very seriously. Okay, I take it very seriously. So we are going to talk about disappointment, which I have heavily dealt with in this last week. This is going to be a sadder, not even like sadder or even more vulnerable episode, but the energy is not there today. And that's mostly because I feel dead inside. But happy solar eclipse day. I'm hoping and praying to God that this was a joke and that it's going to be 2017 after this eclipse, and I'm going to be like, it's 2017, and I'm going to be like, oh shit, so let's just pray to God that that's it. But let's get started on disappointment. Okay, so we're still on this series of happiness. Are you happy or distracted? Then it was healing. Then it was unrequited love. So like all of those different topics, disappointment has a different meaning for everyone. So to me, disappointment means just being let down. Things not going the way you had wanted or you had planned. Now, sometimes being disappointed can be a good thing. I will be honest about that. Because sometimes you can be disappointed about you wanted something to go a certain way and it didn't go that way, and that was a good thing. And I'll give a good example. So remember we talked about that like evil little conniving person I was friends with and friendship breakups. I was disappointed that our friendship didn't work out. I was disappointed for a little while. I was pretty upset about it. But as I move on from that, it's been about a month since we stopped being friends, and as the time moves, as the time passes by, I realized that being disappointed in that was useless, because I'm glad we weren't friends, because she was an evil, conniving, horrible person. And I'm not even trying to diss her or be like, oh, you're awful because you're not friends with me, because I'm not that petty. I swear I'm not that petty. I have people who I'm not friends with anymore who I actually don't have to talk bad about, who I think are pretty chill. We just aren't friends anymore. We don't vibe like that. I can even do that with old man, one of my old dudes. But no, I'm talking down on her because she really just was a bad person. And I'm not disappointed anymore that we aren't friends, because again, she sucked. So maybe being disappointed sometimes can be a good thing. You're disappointed that, me and this guy didn't work out, and then you're like, oh wait, this guy sucked. Or you're disappointed that me and my friend aren't friends anymore, but she was evil and manipulative. There are many, many different ways to look at it. Many, many different ways. So I'm going to start this off on a little bit of a positive note that, being disappointed can sometimes be a good thing. Okay? So if you're disappointed about a situation or a relationship or a friendship at the moment, you have the right to be disappointed. I'm not saying don't be, because obviously because every situation is different. I don't know exactly what you're going through. But through time, if you were dating or friends with a terrible person, or even it doesn't even have to involve a person. You could be disappointed you didn't get into your dream school, and then realize that I'm really glad I didn't get into my dream school, because I ended up going to another school, and even though this wasn't my dream school, it feels like my dream school now. And I'm so happy I was rejected from my dream school, because now I'm at a better school and things turn out to be 100% better than what I thought it would be. And that, my friends, is called trusting God's plan and not your own. But now we're going to talk about actual disappointment, when things are terrible. Okay, now let's talk about the heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching, crying your eyes out moment of disappointment. Okay, I'm no stranger with disappointment, but every time I am disappointed, it just hurts every time because for some reason with me, disappointment feels like a betrayal from not God, but like the universe or like whoever I kind of want to blame at this moment. Because I'm like, really, like this had to happen. Like transferring into the school that I'm at now, and then it being a crap show. I'm like, really? Like, it was so disappointing. And then I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm so heavily disappointed because I had such high expectations for such an academically rigorous and enriching environment for it to be a crap show full of people with such evil and not evil. Okay, that makes me sound like Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac. Like side joke, anybody who watches, I'm like a big fan of the Real Housewives franchise. I watch the Real Housewives of Potomac and I think Candace is hilarious, but she's so quick to be like, you guys have such evil and horrible kindred spirits and just have terrible victim mentalities. Like, she's so quick to label somebody with like the worst labels ever. No, not evil spirits, but like just very competitive nature. And getting there and like all the crap that happened, I'm like, oh man, what a disappointment. Or getting sick. Like, getting sick at the beginning of my junior year totally was not in my 4-year plan. Like, missing an entire year of school because my body wanted to play with me. Totally, really, like, I'm still mad about that. I'm still heavily disappointed because even though there were a lot of ups with being sick, there were a lot of downs, like, possibly a shortened life. So sometimes I just look up and I'm like, really? And I'm not blaming God. I want to make that very, very clear. I'm just blaming whoever I want to be mad at. I don't even know who I'm mad at. I'm just mad. Just mad. And that's the thing with me. Disappointment, because it feels like a betrayal, I harvest anger. I harvest a lot of anger. Now, I don't necessarily consider myself a very angry person because, like, I can do a whole other episode on anger, but I've never really considered myself to be an angry person because of the way I react. Like, I'm not aggressive, but aggressive doesn't necessarily mean you're not angry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not aggressive. I'm not volatile. I'm not one that's going to yell and flip chairs and beat somebody down. That's not my thing. So I'm like, okay, I'm not like an angry person because like I'm not beating people up, but that's not true. I'm just harvesting it inside. So not only am I angry, but I'm spiteful. I'm just like going on a rant today. This is like my anti-hero moment, self-loathing moment. So if you're in the mood to self-loathe, turn this on, get you a nice little cup of tea, little glass of wine if you're feeling great. I do not promote underage drinking. And let's just self-loathe together because I know you self-loathe. I know you do it. I know you do it. Don't even deny. But yeah, not only am I angry, but I'm spiteful. Like, I will literally hold on to a grudge until the end of time. And I've been working on that. I really, really have been working on that. But I am still... Okay, let me clarify this. I'm not mad about little things. I feel like I can let a lot of stuff go. Like, some people that weren't very nice to me in middle school, I'm like, okay, we were kids. Like, I don't care. Like, you're cool, you're pretty. I'm friends with a lot of my friends from elementary and middle school. That's how I know I'm not the problem. No, I'm kidding. No, stuff like that I've let go. Even though at 11 and 12 it felt like the end of the world because people were calling me fat. I'm like, you know what? We were 11 and 12. I'm gonna let it go. So I'm not necessarily super, super spiteful because I feel like if I was super spiteful, I would still hate those people. Now, I have a certain level of forgiveness in my heart. It just grows smaller and smaller by the day because and this might be entitled, but I think I'm a really nice person. And I know you guys are going to be like, well, people who say they're nice aren't nice. Shut up. I'm nice. Okay. I am genuinely a very nice person. Do I make mistakes? Yes. Might I offend people? Yes. But overall, I have a good character. I'm very nice. I think I'm really naive, which is surprising despite like all the crap I've seen. I'm a very nice person. I go out of my way to make people happy. I think about others. I'm very considerate. And this is not me bragging, but this is just me giving you, who may not know me very well, a general sense of character. And you might relate. Like, you might be like, I'm a nice person too. Like, I think about my friends. I don't have any malicious intent in my heart. I'm not a jealous person. I think I'm a very nice person. And because I don't have malicious intent in 99% of the situations that I've been in, I hate that I come out feeling wronged. Like, what is my life? What is this joke? Why am I getting into a relationship with a guy and I have nothing but great intent, and then I come out like getting lied to or manipulated or cheated on? And not even like about a relationship, because that's not even the case half the time. But why do I go into a friendship with a girl, and I have nothing but good intent? I want a lifelong girlfriend. I want someone I can call and have the great debriefs with and go to parties with, and not even go to parties. I want us to have such a good bond that before the party, we come to my house and get ready together. That's how close I want us to be. And you're going to lie to me and talk about me behind my back? Like, really? Really? I had no malicious intent towards you. And you just do all of this to me for what? What did I do to you? I have never done a mean thing ever to you. And if I have, tell me about it. Say it right now, but you can't say anything because I haven't. So that's my opinion on things. That's the way I see it. I have no malicious intent. If I have a little bit of malicious intent in a situation and something comes out wrong, then I'm like, you know what, Alex, that was you. But when I don't, which is, again, 99.9% of the time, I mean, come on, really? Are you serious? Like, my life is a joke. My life is a literal... I've been seeing on TikTok, like, the remixes of This Is Me Trying by Taylor Swift, and they remixed it with Yeah by Usher, and that's me, if you even care. That's just me. That's my life. I'm This Is Me Trying with a little bit of yeah. I'm a joke. No, but yeah. So, and that's where the disappointment stems from. Anger is a secondary emotion. Me and my therapist talked about it. So this is therapist certified. This isn't even a me. Okay, this is psychologist certified. Anger is a secondary emotion, and it comes from fear, or it comes from some kind of hurt. And these emotions mix together to make anger, right? So with me and my anger stems from hurt. My anger is coming from all of the crap that the people in my life have put me through. Now, I had a dream. Okay, so I'll share a disappointing story. This is a disappointing, sadder than those little videos of people's cats dying. No. A cat dying is a terrible occasion. Okay, but I had a friend, I kid you not, for 10 years. So I'm 17. I'm not 17, I'm 16, but so almost 11 now. So I haven't lived that long. So a 10-year friendship, I've known you most of my damn life. I had a friend for a very long time, and we were close. When I say close, I mean we were sisters. We told each other absolutely any and everything. Our debriefs would go till 3 o'clock in the morning. We would be on the phone till 3 o'clock in the morning. We would do karaoke together. We would hang out all the time. We were each other's biggest cheerleaders. Our friendship was probably one of the most productive and healthiest relationships I have ever had. And because of that, I truly and deeply cared about this person, and then something happened. And so I'm not going to go into details. I'm not going to go into why we fell out, but we fell out, and it was mutually our faults. I would definitely take, I'm definitely going to take accountability and responsibility where I'm wrong. And I was definitely not 100% wrong, but at least 50% in where it went wrong. Well, after a couple of months of us avoiding each other, we make the decision to, have conversation and try to repair and rebuild the relationship. And we have a great debrief. We rebuild the relationship, and, not even rebuild the relationship. We're working towards rebuilding the relationship at this point. And then she ghosted me. This woman ghosted me. She ghosted me. And it broke my heart. I know I always like I hate kind of being vulnerable, especially on a platform like this. Like, I'm vulnerable with everyone who listens, but it absolutely broke my heart. I have to say it. And it broke my heart because not only all of our history, but because of how much I truly cared about this girl. Like, this was my best friend. She knows me inside and out. You know what I mean? This girl knows me inside and out. And for her to ghost me when I think we're on our way to rebuilding a relationship, and then for me to miss such monumental moments in her life. Like, I missed her high school graduation because of this craziness. And it was incredibly heartbreaking. For, a little, not even a little fight, but like our first kind of spat where we're not talking to each other for months. I hate that was the end of our friendship. I really do. But I'm angry at her now. I'm really mad at her because I don't want to go into details about the situation or say names or anything like that because, again, this podcast, even though it is about my personal life, we're not getting that personal, okay? But I'm really angry at her for a number of reasons. One being that I felt like she didn't have a mind of her own. Two, I thought she was telling people not to be friends with me, and she was listening to them, which was very dumb because I've known you for over 10 years. I'm angry at her. I'm really mad at her. But where's that anger coming from? It's coming from hurt. And please don't come for all my stuttering and everything going on. Okay, this is just raw emotion, no cuts, no filter. I just like taking my hair down because that's what, I was like at 16 in the Bronx. Okay. That's the emotion I'm bringing today. That's what I bring to the table today. No, I'm going to leave that situation alone, but I guess that situation, if you guys could even understand, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, how disappointing, that situation was. I mean, we've been friends for, it would be 11 years this year. I've known you since I was 6 years old. I've known you in almost every stage of your life, and you let something so stupid come in between such a long friendship. And I'm very mad at you for that. Not that she's going to listen to this because, she likes to pretend I don't exist. But I'm very mad at you for that. And again, that madness, that anger, coming from that hurt. And so we're going to make this a level of things. So the first level is fear or hurt. Okay, that's the initial emotion. I am so hurt that I just got cheated on. I'm so hurt that I didn't get in my dream school. I'm so hurt that my friend of 11 years is letting her friends of like 6 or 7 years tell her not to be friends with me. I'm so hurt. And then that generates into anger. I am so mad at you. I'm so mad that you cheated on me. I'm so mad that I did all this hard work not to get into my dream school. I'm so mad that I've worked so hard my entire life to get into Harvard, and now I got sick, so I have no chance of going to Harvard. Or I'm so mad because we've been friends for 11 years and you don't care about me anymore. And then that translates into disappointment. I am so disappointed that I did not get into Harvard. I am so disappointed that I got sick. I am so disappointed in you because we have been friends for over 11 years. Are you serious? Are you serious? I'm literally going to take a break because I feel like I'm getting a little heated and I'm yelling at you guys. You're like, what did I just walk into? So let me take a little break and cool off. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I just watched a Tana Mongeau video. I feel like after 10 years, I'm still saying her name wrong, but I have loved Tana. I have loved Tana since 2016. I love Tana. Shout out to her, and shout out to the Canceled Podcast. As podcasters have to love each other, and the Canceled Podcast, I highly recommend. But that has nothing to do with anger. Back to this. So now, usually in these episodes, I offer my advice after we talk about my experiences and my thoughts and my feelings on the topics. I offer my advice on how I dealt with them and how I handled them because I'm your big sister. But today, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Today's a rough day for me, and I just don't know if I can give you guys really good advice. I'm sitting in my pajamas. I haven't put any, my thing every day is I put on sunscreen. It's hot. It's so sunny today in Chicago. I have no sunscreen on. I'm sitting in my pajamas. I'm sitting at my place where I usually record, and I'm at a point I'm just stumped. And I always talk about I'm a mental health advocate and how I care so much about mental health and how it needs to be talked about more. And, we talked about that in therapy, my first episode, and I talk about that throughout the episodes. And I think this is kind of me being that mental health advocate. This is me saying, I don't know where to go from here. I struggle, like everyone else, and I'm struggling today. And I'm proud of myself because I still sat down and was able to record. Despite me taking the SAT tomorrow and freaking out, despite me feeling stuck, despite me and suffering and dealing with mental health, I'm very proud of me recording. Thank you to God for giving me the strength. But I don't know how to give advice. I don't know how to deal with this anger because I've been sitting with it and it's been manifesting within me for years. So I guess instead of giving advice, I guess I'm just going to tell you what not to do. Do not let your anger manifest within itself. Because I'm saying that's what happened with me, and I'm sitting here spiteful, mad as ever, raging. I guess, and I'm still learning how to do it, but you have to, express your anger more than just... I would say express your anger more than just let it sit inside you. You have to talk about it. You have to tell people why they made you angry, or else you're going to be an angry person like me. Have all kinds of built up frustration and, all the stuff that I have because I got issues. And it's not fun and it's not healthy. I feel like a big reason as to why I got sick was because of all the stress and all the anger I was letting manifest in me. And I'm still learning how to kind of tear those walls down. I'm still learning how to be vulnerable with my anger. You know what? I'm angry. Okay, wait, I'm making things shake. No, I'm angry. I am so angry. I'm angry at all the people who have treated me like crap. I'm angry at all the times I've let people treat me like crap. I'm angry at everything I've been through in the last 2 or 3 years. I am absolutely mad. I am such a mad woman. And you know what? Fine. The first step is admitting that. I am so mad. I'm so mad. I am such a mad person. And even if I'm not aggressive, even if I'm not throwing chairs and breaking things and yelling at people and calling people out of their name, because to me that's anger. That's not anger though. Anger is just harvesting resentment. It's being spiteful. It's being jealous. All of those things they stem from being angry. And that's what it is. I'm angry. I'm a mad woman, like Taylor Swift would say. Listen to that song if you're liking this podcast. I'm really mad. I'm really angry. And so, I said at the beginning that this episode was about disappointment, but I feel like this is about anger at this point. So the title will be anger. This will be a disappointing kind of anger. I'm angry. Okay, and it feels so good to finally just say that. And you have to admit that to yourself too. What I just did in the last 20 seconds, admitting that I'm angry, you got to do it too, girl. You're angry. You're mad. You are so mad. You're hurt, and then you're angry, and then you're disappointed, and you're all three at the same time. And it's hard to be all three at the same time. You can't, and you have to admit it because you can't hold on to that. It's unhealthy. That's my big sister advice. That's me sitting in this old 2000s tank top that I'm wearing on my joggers. This is me saying, don't be angry, or you'll be sitting at your desk in a couple of years recording a podcast about not being angry. And I'm young. I still have a lot of time to learn, but I'm angry. I am so angry. And I don't want to be angry anymore. And I think the first step is admitting that. So that's the advice. This is me telling you what to do and what not to do. Do admit that you're angry. Don't harvest and keep the resentment. Do get counseling. Go to therapy, girl. I've been saying that since the literal first episode. The first episode was about therapy. Go to therapy and deal with your anger. Go to anger management. You need it, okay? I'm in it. It's a great thing. You need it. Don't deny that you're an angry person because you don't yell and scream and hit. The progress that I've made within this episode, this feels like a whole self-improvement. This feels like a glow up within 25 minutes. You go, Alex. You go, girl. So that's my advice. And if you take one thing away, I say this every episode, take that away. Take away the do's and don'ts of anger. Okay, and I'm still learning so much about being angry and about anger and how to deal with it, because I'm a pretty spiteful person. I'll be the first one to say it. I don't let things go. But it's not healthy. It's not healthy to not let things go. I have to let it go. Let it go, Alex. Let it go. I had a suitcase. This is funny. I had a suitcase I held on to, and it was so badly out of shape. And this isn't a metaphor. This was like a real suitcase. It was this black and white striped suitcase I held on to for so long, because I had felt that it had gotten me through so much, and it still worked. And I don't care if it was aesthetically pleasing. It was still serving its purpose to me. But my dad was like, Alex, no. Let the suitcase go. A wheel's about to come off, whatever. But I couldn't let it go because of all the memories and all the things that I, think of when I thought of that suitcase. And my dad was like, no, it's time to get a new suitcase. And I did, and it's a hot pink suitcase, and it's totally cute. And I had a great time with that. I'm loving that suitcase. It got me through this LA trip. I just came back from LA. It was a great trip. So, yeah. And that wasn't even a metaphor, like, that's real. So you have to let it go. Okay, I had to let go of that suitcase. I didn't want to because of all the memories, but you have to let things go. And I let go of that suitcase, and you need to let go of everything hurting you, because being spiteful isn't cute anymore, okay? Even though we are Taylor Swift fans, Taylor Swift can do it because Taylor Swift's a billionaire. We are not, okay? Your emotional health and well-being is more important than holding a grudge. With that, on that note, I am tired of recording. I'm tired of hearing myself talk. Thank you for listening to Literally My Life, my guide to girlhood. Again, thank you guys to everyone who listens every week, everyone who texts me and tells me that they love the podcast, that the podcast gets them through things, that I talk about their life. That is what I do this for. I do this for people to feel related to people feel comforted to. And in a way, you guys are helping me. Just this podcast episode was like therapy, and I don't have therapy until tomorrow. Thank you guys always for listening. I love it. I love you guys. I hope this helps in any way. But really, you guys are always helping me. I will see you guys next week on an episode about divorce featuring my lovely friend, Penelope Hammer. And I will see you guys then. I love you guys very, very much. And thank you for listening to Literally My Life, my guide to girlhood.